Yeah, so it was many years back already. Skiing alone in the forest. There was a lot of new snow. The northern lights were on top of me. It was completely silent, no sounds, no humans, no animals, and there were no birds. I could hear not a single sound. It was completely silent, and it was such a beautiful moment and such a strong feeling for me, just being there in the nature. My name is Valtteri. I own the company Wildmaker. I live in Muonio here in Lapland, and I'm originally from the south of Finland in a city called Espoo. So I take guests, very small groups, maximum 5 people, into the wilderness and into the nature here in Lapland. The whole point is that the groups are private. It's authentic experience, taking time to enjoy the way the locals do the simple pleasures that life in nature has to offer. During the summers of my childhood, I always spent the time in our summer cottage, which is in the surrounded by nature. It's in the countryside. It's that's how I built my relationship with the nature, and those were the best times of my life that I remember. Fishing, being in the forest, in the nature all the summers, and those are very, very good memories for me. When I was younger, I never got to travel anywhere. I was always in Finland, and then when I was old enough, I traveled all my time. So I went every year. I went abroad many times, and I also lived abroad for some time, and it was the best thing that I knew, to meet new people, new cultures, and get to know the way of life of other people and other cultures. It's very important memories for me, this as well, and important experiences. After traveling for many years, I realized that I never traveled in my own country. So I wanted to travel a little bit closer, and I never went to Lapland, so I wanted to see how it is. And there was this job that I wanted from Lapland as a guide, and my plan to get the job was that I show my enthusiasm. So before I was even asked for the interview, I took my bike and took a train to Kemi, which is about in the middle of Finland. It's about 350 kilometers where the company is, and I bicycled in a few days there. And when I was at the lobby of the company, I called the manager and asked that, can I have an interview? Well, yeah, then I got the job. After a couple of years of working in Lapland, I didn't want to leave anymore. I didn't want to travel. I have found my place, and there's lots of magic here in Lapland, and lots of things to experience. I want to share this magic with my guests. For example, reconnecting with the nature. So many people nowadays live in cities and have not been in the nature a lot. And for thousands of years, we humans have always been in the nature. And it's just a couple of 100 years that we're actually been in the cities. Reconnecting with the nature is, for example, gathering your food from the wilderness, cooking it on open fire with a group, and enjoying it together. And the magic of Lapland is also activities like snowshoeing, skiing, going on a husky sledding, seeing the northern lights, ice fishing, canoeing, hiking. The nature and the wilderness can be scary and dangerous, especially during the winter if you don't know what you're doing. But with a guide you can do it very safely, and it can be a humbling experience to realize that you are alone. You have to rely on yourselves, your own skills, and there's not necessarily help or other people around. This is different than in a city. Ambulance comes in 2 minutes, help is around all the time. When there are no other guests than you and your friends or your family, the holiday or the experience comes personalized for you. There won't be other guests so you don't have to compromise on your holiday. So in a small private group we get to know each other quite well. The guide becomes your friend, so you're not just a guest for him. Could be something long term as well. Smaller groups are more personal, so it's more about quality, not the quantity. If you are traveling with small children, it can be very challenging to get them moving on time or to do certain stuff. Also, we can make changes to the schedule based on the interest of the group. So for example, if there's northern lights on certain nights and certain night there is not, we can move this activity on that day that they are more likely to be visible, instead of having to do the activity trying to find northern lights in a snowstorm, because we can be flexible with these activities. Wildmaker is a local company, it's 100% Finnish. All the money you will spend is going to be staying in the local community. I want my guests to live like a local. They stay in a log cabin with a fireplace and a sauna in the middle of the nature. To experience a personalized holiday, doing something different every day. Together we dig deep into Finnish culture, and together we can make lifelong memories.